Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super uber mega excited to share this video with you guys because today I will be giving another list of Canadian lesbian movies that I will highly recommend you also go ahead, go watch, go support. But before we get into further details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your personal opinion down below in the comments because your opinion does matter. First, we're gonna start off with Hailey Rose. It is a 2023 Canadian comedy drama. The film follows Hailey, a young woman who has been estranged from her Nova Scotia family for a decade after being unfairly blamed for her father's passing in a fishing accident. Hailey is in a committed, long, loving relationship with her partner Sadie. The film explores their relationship against the backdrop of the small town as Hailey returns home after her sister actually ends up calling her to tell her that, unfortunately, their mother had passed away. So now that she's back home, she has to deal with a lot of things that she thought she wouldn't have to deal with anymore, especially because time have passed so much. And not only that, she also has to, deal with grieving and everything else. Her and her sister's relationship also goes through a lot. And also, it also showcases a lot their relationship with her and her partner. This movie is available for rent or for purchase in this case on Apple TV and if I'm not mistaken, other platforms as well. So that's one of the movies that I will highly recommend you also go ahead, go watch, go support because actually it has a very interesting plot and it's very, very different from all of the other movies on this specific list. And then moving forward, we have Influencers. It is a 2025 shooter thriller. It is a sequel of the 2022 film Influencer, centers on CW, a queer serial eliminator criminal who targets social media influencers. The film heavily features a lesbian plotline in which CW attempts to live a quiet life in southern France with her new girlfriend Diane, while she simultaneously, relapsing in her dangerous ways. That take actually takes a big turn when they decide to take a trip together, for their anniversary. But once they arrive to the destination, you can basically see that CW, she ends up getting irritated by, the presence of another influencer, and that actually ends up, making her go back to her old ways, which is basically, getting herself into criminal activities again. Yes, this movie is available to watch on Apple TV, and it actually got really good reviews from a lot of people's, perspective, especially because, it has in this case a lesbian strong plot line in it when it comes to their relationship and also everything that they go through. So this is one that I will highly recommend watching. Hopefully soon I will be doing a review on it. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. And then moving forward, we have Wild Lie. It is a 2019 Canadian psychological drama. The relationship between Katie and Jennifer surfaces as the emotional core of the film's, essence narrative. Katie is a university dance major who has faked a diagnosis for 10 months to gain social status and financial support. Jennifer, Katie's wealthy and devoted girlfriend, who is completely unaware that Katie is faking her illness. Things basically get extremely complicated once the truth starts unfolding, especially because of a financial situation that ends up developing that leads Katie to basically realize that maybe her girlfriend is actually sorry, in this case, her girlfriend realizing that Katie might actually be lying. So there is a lot that goes on in this movie. Let me tell you, this movie is one of them that I would 100 trillion percent, recommend all of you to go watch because let me tell you, this movie, she pretends so good that you actually end up thinking that maybe she is not lying. But yeah, there's a whole roller coaster that goes through until the truth actually ends up getting unveiled. This one is available to watch on Tubi and Pluto TV as well, and if I'm not mistaken, other platforms as well. So go ahead because this one is definitely worth the watch. And then moving forward, we have Backspot. The film was released in 2023, and the lesbian plot is centered on the relationship between Riley and her girlfriend Amanda as they navigate the high stakes world of competitive cheerleading as they join the elite Thunderwalker squad. The pressure from, basically there through the tough coach. Elliot begins to strain, their bond. Riley obsessive perfectionism becomes and basically ends up creating a lot of tension between them because they start to realize that this sport might actually break them and they might not be as close as they thought they were, especially because they see and deal with the situation of the sport dynamic in a very different way. On one hand, we have Amanda that actually later on she decides to leave, the project because for her own well-being, as the other one actually decides to stay and to go forward with the project. So there's a whole different dynamics that actually ends up developing. This one is available to watch on Prime Video and Apple TV. And let me tell you, it's if you are into sport, loving queer movies, this is definitely one of the ones that I will highly recommend you also go ahead, go watch, go support, because like I said, it's very interesting and you can also see a very different dynamic between the two ladies. So yes, go watch, go support. Then moving forward, we have Chloe. This is one of my first movies that I've actually watched when it comes to lesbian content. So yes, I just had to include this one as well. So the movie was released in 2009. It follows Dr. Catherine, a successful gynecologist, suspects her college professor husband David of infidelity after finding a compromising photo. She hires a young woman named Chloe to approach David and report back on his actions. Chloe detailed reports trigger a complex, intimate attraction in Catherine's, and their relationship develops into a dangerous, obsessive affair, threatening Catherine's family and leading to a chaotic, basically ending, because you can just see that Chloe, she starts to make up lies in order to get Catherine more involved with her. Catherine, she was falling for it, but also at the end of the day, she was having her suspicions that she, in this case, Chloe might be lying, but she was also, so vulnerable towards Chloe. And then later on, she got things off with Chloe, and then Chloe got obsessive over it. Then she went and got involved with her son, and that led into another dangerous dynamic as well. Let me tell you, this one had a lot going on. Yes, it's very popular. I do feel like it doesn't need no introduction at all, but just in case you haven't watched it, I will highly recommend going to, in this case, to Netflix, because there you will find it. And let me tell you, 100 trillion% worth the watch. And then moving forward, we have Days of Happiness. It is a 2023 Canadian drama centered on Emma, a talented young conductor in Montreal classical music scene. In this case, Emma enters into a new relationship with Naeli, a cellist in her orchestra and a single mother. While Emma is out, the film explores the friction caused by their, differing family dynamics, and in this case, Naeli's more private approach to her orientation. A central conflict involves Emma, overbearing and manipulative father Patrick, who also serves as an agent for her. This one is available to watch on HBO Max movie as well. And let me tell you, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of months ago, I actually did do a review on this movie. And let me tell you, the dynamic between Emma and Naeli is very interesting, because one of them wants to be out, wants to take the relationship a little more serious. On the other hand, we have a single mother that wants things to be private. It's like she cares for Emma, but she's also not 100% sure if she wants to be devoted to her, but she likes her, she cares for her, she supports her. They break up, they come back together. So let me tell you, they have a lot going on. And on the other hand, we also have her relationship with her father. That's also extremely complicated. So yes, this one is also very good. I would highly rate it a strong 8 out of a 10. So go watch it as well if you haven't yet. Yes, so thank you so much for all the love and all the support. These are some Canadian lesbian movies that I will highly recommend watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Until the next video, I hope you all have enjoyed this one, and goodbye.